This is Rems TV, a true crime fan page. Do well to subscribe to this channel. Turn on that your notification bell so that anytime we post a video like this, you should be the first person to get notified. Okay? Thanks as you continue to watch. Bless you.
So Abdulrahman Bello is still doubling down on his initial claim that he did not kill Yetunde Lawal. He furthermore added that the girl is his girlfriend and that she had come to his house all the way from the naming ceremony and she complained about being hungry and he went to buy food for her only to come back to see her gasping for air and eventually dying in an instant. So he says that he was scared and did not know what to do. And so the only thing he thought was to dismember her body and dispose of it because he was afraid that if people knew she died in his house, he will be held accountable. He says this is his first time. And the thing is, we've heard all of this before. This is not the first story. We've done multiple news on this kind of instances. It's pretty much the same thing, just different people. But it's interesting that the girl was coming from a naming ceremony and people who were there said she was eating when she left. Maybe she didn't finish her food, and maybe that would make sense that she's still hungry when she came to his house. That one day, the other claimed that she was his girlfriend. Facebook relationship exists, so maybe they've seen each other before, and maybe it's still something brand new or something he's keeping a secret. I guess their online chats and text messages would help confirm their relationship, but I don't think the relationship would be useful if this should go to court. Whether or not you're his girlfriend or you guys are just Facebook friends may not be so significant. But the only claim of his that seems to not hold water to me is the fact that he disposed of her body because he was afraid. However, in his house, they found parts of her body still in a bucket in a liquid. And that is where I think his claim that he just did this to dispose of her doesn't sit well with me. Because why is there still part of her body in your possession? It's one thing to dismember her and then you throw everything away. And it's another thing to dismember her and then keep some parts to yourself. The hands, for that matter. So it's suspicious, in my opinion. I would like for the detectives to find all dismembered parts of her and see if they are complete. Because I won't be surprised if he sold some other parts. And the ones he's keeping in his house is something that he is also planning on selling. Because these things happen. People do these things. They kill someone, dismember them, and sell the parts. He claims that he's not a ritualist. But, according to Amibo Kwara in their page, they reached out to one of his ex-girlfriends. And the girl was able to explain that the reason why she broke up with him was because he did not want to take his life seriously. That he wouldn't want to go to school. And he refused to work under somebody. That all he wants to do is be a Muslim cleric. That he does all this religious thing. And I think that was where he was, channeling towards. And it begs the question, how does he make his money? Even though we know he does not, his Facebook profile looks rich, but come on, when we saw videos of his apartment, everybody was like, okay, he's giving 2006 bachelor broke boy. So that is clear that he's not wealthy. And since he's not in school and he's not taking we don't know what he does for a living, because when they asked him, he said he's a Muslim cleric, as if that is a job. These are signs that shows you that in the end, a 29-year-old man would still one day want to make money. And what way would he have done so other than attempting to do something as heinous as this? In my opinion, it's leading that, yeah, this is in line with his life choices. Now, another thing again that nobody can convince me otherwise is the fact that anyone who is capable of dismembering a human being, dead or alive, as long as it's not your profession, the only people who do this are surgeons. And then we have those people who run autopsies. They do those things. But anyone else who can pick up a machete and dismember his fellow human being is capable of murder. How do you convince me that you that is capable of cutting her into pieces did not kill her? Like, come on now, Abdul Rahman, come on. Like, who do you think you're talking to? It's hard to, I don't know how a lawyer will defend you. Maybe you should have acted mad from the get-go, but since you want us to believe that you were scared and the next thing someone who is afraid wants to do is go and no, you weren't scared. That is not fear, my dear. If you were afraid, you would not have done what you did, and you would not have kept some parts of her body in your possession. It's questionable. And I've said this multiple times. Yes, you can have a guest come to your house and something happened. The village people of that guest decides to strike. It happens. But when you are in such a situation, you don't want to make a rash decision. Yes, the police will take you into custody. Yes, you will be questioned. Yes, everybody will call you a ritualist. But as long as the body of evidence, the body is still intact, your only shot to freedom and redemption and vindication lies in the autopsy. And they cannot run an autopsy on a body that you have pretty much dismembered. So we cannot prove in court that this girl died of an asthma attack. But that would have been possible if you didn't do the stupid thing that you did with your stupid face. That would have been possible. But it's not possible anymore because you've messed it up. You've messed up your chances for us to actually believe you. If you had just let it play out naturally, call the police, people will say what they want to say. We will still accuse you of what we think you did. But once the autopsy is done and the coroner report comes out that, hey, this girl actually died of cardiac arrest, of natural causes, your freedom, you will get it back. And you will get your redemption back. But when you mess it up like this, I don't know. It's unfortunate. Ironically, though, there are people who believe that he is innocent. But I'm not surprised. There will always be those people, despite all the overwhelming evidence. And there will always be those people. There will be. It's not something I'm worried about. I just feel like, all in all, the fact that you still had some body parts in your possession stored in a bucket in some kind of chemical, I don't know. Hopefully, the law in that state really, really holds you accountable, because we most times know do not sort of have a way of letting these things slide. There will be sentiments in it, especially if he has people in power and position. We've seen it multiple times. So I hope the leaders in the community or in Kwara State, the legal system in Kwara State, don't let sentiment play out here. Despite his connection, he should go to jail for the most part. Try him in court, let's see the best defense he can come up with, but I don't see him coming out of this. I don't. I really don't. I don't. But you guys let me know what you think.